Hello, as you can see, I'm in my shorts and my football top. It's my lounging around gear. I've just had one cast on fishing with a small lure, and I did notice a pike of about £6-7 in the margins. I cast way beyond that into open water, and as always, lots and lots of small perch following the lure in. I'll tell you what though, as soon as they saw the pike, they did a disappearing act. Unfortunately for me though, so did the main predator. It quickly disappeared itself. Sometimes they're up for it and sometimes they aren't. How close was that? I was bringing the lure in, and right down in the margins, it's crystal clear, a perch of about £1.5 came out of the lilies, took the lure, spat it out. I continued to work it as you do, but it had a little look and then disappeared itself back into the lilies. It's great when you see that happen, not the fact you lost the fish, but that you saw the perch with its dorsal up attacking the bait, but for some reason known only to the fish, it decided not to go in the end. I'm going to give it a few more casts though here, and that's one of the beauties of this type of angling. You're not making a massive splash when you cast out for the first time like you would with some lures. Now initially, of course, that can be a positive thing because you're alerting the fish to the fact that there's something there. It could be a small roach jumping or whatever as far as they're concerned. But when that happens the second time and the third and the fourth, well, it can have an effect which is negative and it can put the fish down. Whereas this type of angling is so light, so gentle, that you can stay in the same swim for a long period of time. I've mentioned both perch and pike, and it's the latter that has broken the duck on this session. I'm back where I had that brief mini encounter with the perch, and there's another pike in the swim, and it has circled in a very wide sense the bait. Unfortunately, I can't see where it is now, but I'm going to have another cast, see if I can connect with that one. I mentioned this shirt in particular earlier. It was my first season with the New Saints, and as we came towards the end, that pike's just gone past. As we came to, no, it's a carp. As we came towards the end of that first campaign, one of the players, Kai Edwards, he said, "You like to wear your TNS clothes?" I said, "I do." He said, "I've got my stuff from this season if you want it." Next game, we were at Airbus UK Broughton away, and he came with a couple of bin bags full of clothes. So although I've added lots and lots of things since then, that was the initial boost of branded items that I had. He moved on after that first season, moved to Wrexham, where he played in the 5th tier of English football for a season, and then back into the Welsh game. So I do get to see him from time to time, although I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind seeing a nice perch today. This will be my last cast. It's been a very slow session today, just a short one, but nevertheless slow. I haven't even had any plucks or attacks from small perch on the lure. It's the way it goes sometimes. I often talk about that thin line, and again I'm happy to say that I'm just on the right side of it. It's often that one fish that you catch, particularly when you're doing lure angling and you don't have a great deal of time to fish on that particular session. It can just be that one perch, pike, chub or whatever it may be that takes the bait. I'll tell you what though, I've enjoyed it, and that was a nice enough pike. On the gear, it certainly put up a fight. It cleared the water at one stage, and I thought it was going to land in the landing net. That would have been something, wouldn't it? It was just to the side of it, but I managed to net it, of course, in the end. And do you know what? Ever since I've been a child, and it's more than 50 years now since I cast my very first bait into the water, I've always hated packing away. Hence, when that lure came in, I thought, just give it one more chuck. I used to go on holiday as a kid every year with my parents to Rhyl on the North Wales coast. It was very different then to what it is now. It was a packed seaside town, especially during the summer months. And my parents would be in a pub called the Schooner. I've told this story on numerous occasions, and I would be just across the road and I would be fishing the estuary of the river that runs through Rhyl, and one by one all the holiday makers would pack away and go back, and I'd still be there. Oh, I'm halfway through this story, so I will have the last cast. And I used to lie on my back with the rod in the air against a light, a lamppost, so that I could look for movement, or I would touch ledger. Didn't even know about touch ledgering in those days. It was just something that you instinctively did. Great memories. And you may be younger than me. What you do today will be tomorrow's memories. In fact, even for me at my age, I'm not thinking of giving up the ghost just yet. What I do today will be tomorrow's memories. Make the right choices, hopefully catch some nice fish, and you'll have great memories. Anyway, I might not be giving up the ghost, but I am now giving up this session. Not giving up on the session. I've got other things to do. So, just the one pike for me. But as I so often say, I've enjoyed it, and ultimately that's what it's about. If you are out fishing yourself, tie lines, and I'll see you soon.